Guys, just wanted to do my reaction video to The Flash Season 4, Episode 19, Fury Road. So this is apparently going to be the final appearance of Wentworth Miller as Leonard Snart, or whether a doppelganger or otherwise, because he wants to bow out of the Arrowverse to pursue other projects. It's also supposed to feature the appearance of Earth X Black Siren, apparently, in which Barry is attempting to move Fallout, the only meta that DeVoe has not gotten his hands on, to a secure facility, so DeVoe can't get his hands on him because he's basically succeeded last episode of getting the powers of all 11 out of 12 metas, including Ralph, whose body he transferred into last because Ralph's, as people predicted, Ralph's elasticity allowed DeVoe to cure him of his ALS and take the strain of all the dark matter in his system. And at the same time, also allow by after taking over Ralph's body to regain his original appearance. Harry basically fried his brain, tried to use the thinking cap and overpowering with dark matter, and because DeVoe had melting points power, she robbed Killer Frost of her own powers. Caitlin going back to normal. I'm hoping that's not permanent because I'm kind of pissed off at how underutilized she is, especially as a meta. But after watching this episode, we'll just see if that changes.
Again.
Dr. Wells, the odds of a different conclusion are extremely low.
Run it again.
Yes, Dr. Wells. Same results, Dr. Wells. The excessive infusion of dark matter into your neural system has disrupted the area of the brain where general intelligence and executive function occur.
My ability to integrate information is declining. I'm losing my intelligence.
At some point soon, you'll need to relearn everything you've ever known.
Is there a way to use a thinking cap to reverse this process?
Unlikely, Dr. Wells. Your thinking cap and the dark matter is what caused this. I tried to caution and restrain.
I know! Gideon, how long before everything I know is gone?
No, I mean, we were about the same, I'd say.
They used to work together.
Oh?
Yep.
And you're fine already with his death?
I've dealt with a lot of death in my life.
Yes, you have. Your mother, father, Eddie, Ronnie, HR. Has Ralph's death had any impact on you at all?
I think, I just know how to deal with death now, so it doesn't affect me as much as it once did.
We'll see about that. Really? A whoopee cushion? Can you just use his PI card or something?
Yours.
We all saw what happened. When DeVoe touched me, my powers disappeared.
You touched him,
Had to be him.
and he absorbed it.
How are we supposed to find a way to cool down Borman and take him somewhere DeVoe won't know about with a plan he won't see coming?
Call Lila. See if Argus has anything off the grid.
Okay, but even if they do, I mean, what are we gonna do about the other two problems?
Bad guys and girls lost. Nazi regime's been dismantled. And the rebellion's in charge now. Why don't you turn yourself in?
Oh, that's how, of course.
So,
Boy, is it ever. It's like a party in my brain. I can see why you like this thing so much.
Shouldn't Barry...
Neurons firing. Okay.
Shouldn't Barry be the one using this?
Harry! Harry!
Picture?
Yeah, I think what happened. You see, Again, you thought, which led you to this trivial notion. Now, you change into something a bit more appropriate. Your role, from now until the Enlightenment has occurred, is as my technician. Now leave me be so that I can figure out a way to motivate Team Flash to deliver our quarry to where initially...
Defeat those Nazi bastards.
Countless, I'm sure.
Not countless. Counted. 18,322. 3,679 were under my watch, and I felt the weight of each of their deaths. I still do. Some years after they died.
Leo, look.
The thing I realized is that to continue to lead, to be clear-headed, I had to grieve those men and women I lost. So I did. Each and every one. Move a meta-human nuclear bomb, meta-human nuclear bomb.
Fallout is ready at Tracy's lab. Fallout is ready at Tracy's lab.
So, some kind of weird echolocation power too?
Let's go get her.
Yes, let's. After all, a nuke is a terrible thing to waste.
Some protection, how vaguely reassuring.
How long will this last?
2-3 hours max.
You better get going.
All right, let's just go over the plan one more time, okay? I'm gonna be running ahead of the truck,
That's not
scouting
very
the route for any
sanitary.
signs of trouble.
Talked. Broke the thermostat again. I think it hates me.
Oh, it's cute. Do you miss her?
It's not that. It's just that we were starting to become close lately. And I know how crazy that sounds considering we're talking about someone who actually lived inside of me.
I'm on an alt-Earth transporting a human bomb with an escort that can literally run back to the future. Your story is the least crazy thing I've heard all day.
One thing's for sure. I will miss those.
Someone we've lost.
How's he doing?
Well, that de-escalated quickly.
The minuscule sound waves produced by that toy trinket of yours are a gift Mr. Dibney provided. Well, it was a gift in a manner of speaking.
Right, rookie?
Barry? That's it. An elite assassin gone mad, and she is relentless. Carried a torch for Dark Arrow, unrequited, so she's none too pleased with those responsible for his death, present company included.
So she has the same power.
I'm fine.
I'm just a little worried. It seemed like she got the jump on you out there.
Didn't she just caught me off guard? And why does it matter right now? We don't even know where Joe and Caitlin are. Let's just go. Will you just see if Harry has any ideas? I'm on it. Just watch the satellites like a hawk.
Leo?
Be a dick.
What exactly?
You use dark matter.
I used dark matter. Look, Ramon, it was the only way.
The only way to do what? Fry your synapses? Harry, you promised me.
I know, I promised you. I promised you.
My God. Harry, how could you be so stupid?
Because I felt so stupid.
We all feel stupid right now.
Yes, but you're fine. Alan's the Flash. Who am I? My only job is to be smarter than all the villains who want to hurt this team, and without that, I'm nothing. I'm about to lose the only part of me that has any value to this team, the only part of me that matters. And so, yeah, I destroyed the Cap.
Why did he fail?
Perhaps there were variables that we just didn't consider.
As I already explained, there is no variable beyond my examination.
Even less apparent. The last time Barry Allen saw you, you took the life of his close friend, and now he sees you and he pauses. You really don't see it. You can calculate near infinite outcomes across multiple Earths, but you cannot account for how someone is feeling.
Boom.
let me train you.
Oh, now you're gonna agree?
Fight it, all right? Fight it! I'll say.
I let him down. Ralph, I'm the reason he's dead.
No.
No,
No.
I failed him. He was my responsibility.
You know, enough to make your alter ego proud.
Thank you.
Detective West, I know my Earth One counterpart gave you a lot of headaches. Hopefully I've begun to make up for that.
Man, you prevented a nuke from...
When are they gonna miss that hair?
Okay.
Iris West, Alan, thank you.
I feel responsible for what happened. And he taught me more than I could have ever taught him.
No, he didn't.
And for that, I'll always be grateful.
No, he didn't.
Experienced doubt. So perhaps now you can accept that the primitive cognitive entanglements that derail Mr. Allen today can only serve to hold us back from completing our work.
Yes. I see that now. More clear than ever before.
So, yeah, so I guess, like, not just, like, his own, like, arrogance is kind of being his downfall, I guess, in the sense that it's a sort of, like, basically it just seems like DeVoe just, like, neglecting or marginalizing human emotions, and just becoming more detached is what's probably going to prove to be a fatal flaw, and doesn't really, and maybe not predict as much. I mean, given like how often they, this show has portrayed him as being able to like calculate human behavior. It's just interesting to see how they're gonna play that up in later episodes, because he seems like pretty much like unbeatable, and just maybe and maybe the idea of. And maybe this idea of, Ralph was trying to get across, but it failed miserably in episode 17, which is their worst episode of, just improvising and making things up on the fly. That's something, though, I think that's an idea I think will have more payoff in later episodes towards the end than it did in that one. And, also, I mean, I liked how, and apparently, at least the writers have been listening to like some criticism this season, or at least like, it just seemed to acknowledge that when they were in the therapy session, that it wasn't just played for every time they go to see the therapist and she shows up, or somebody, or Barry and Iris, somebody or affiliated with Barry and Iris go to see the therapist. Like those scenes are usually played up for laughs, and usually just for bad jokes, and it at least addressed the criticism that people were getting tired of it, especially since the first time she showed up in 402, they were kind of playing off, they played off like listing off all the people that were died, and kind of just playing that for laughs, and the fact that Ralph's death like served as a catalyst for to not do that was appreciated. That being said, it's the fact that it's like, I'm sorry, but Ralph, I don't care what anybody says, Ralph was not a poorly written character, and with his initial misogyny and his cyclical character arc, and to the point where it just into any kind of character growth he was undergone, and tested my patience. It seems like they had to like make it was sort of like a little bit pretty emotionally manipulative, that it's like they had to make his growth stick, at least in last episode, so it definitely have an impact. And it just was a little emotionally manipulative here because, they liked Ralph, they put up with a lot of his crap, but his death, especially with Barry, should not have, the show treated it like it had the same emotional weight as, you know, like losing, you know, like losing his, you know, say like losing his parents, for instance, and it doesn't. I mean, they only knew him for a few months. Barry initially didn't like him, and this whole thing is about like he taught me more than I could ever teach him. Wasn't really true. That wasn't really true unless he's talking about even the word. I mean, he already knows, like, even in he's already proven with like Captain Cold, and I guess maybe this is what they're talking about, that even the people who are at the who are even at their lowest point or at the worst can be redeemed. But you already showed that with Captain Cold. He knew that. But I don't know, but I did like the. I mean, it was great to have like Neil Sandilands back and his role as the Thinker, and you know, I feel like they're at least moving that storyline. I guess there's a hint that storyline of their merit, you know, Marley's turning against DeVoe, like that storyline will move along, especially the next episode, which I guess the preview showed they're gonna try to stop the Thinker from powering his enlightenment device. We still don't know what that is. I liked, but I guess it was like, at least I appreciate the parallels they were trying to do with, I guess, like, you know, DeVoe has become completely detached from his emotions, and then Barry, who's trying to repress his own emotions towards Ralph, however warranted. At least you can tell, like, it's a testament to Grant's performance, to how much, you know, to show like how broken up he is over losing Ralph and blaming himself for it. And I also liked how so I guess that's like which is like the overall theme for it, especially with, you know, Captain Cold coming in was like the perfect foil, because it's like he's seen a lot of death and destruction. Like he pointed out, you know, he has to take the time to like properly grieve for his losses, or it'll just, where his grief will just get the better of him. And you know, it's always fun to see Wentworth Miller as Captain Cold or Citizen Cold, like any version of Leonard Snart. Like he's always like a magnetic presence on screen, and as this character, and especially having like a great time like playing this kind of more like well-meaning, like eccentric kind of super heroic version of more hero, well, super heroic version of Snart. I mean, I guess you can say like Earth One was more like anti-heroes and it's originally a criminal, but I liked how like Siren was powerful enough to at least like use her sonic scream to like keep the breach open in order to cross over to Earth One. And I guess they gave her echolocation, which kind of feels like, I don't know, it just almost looks like it just seems like super, I guess it just seems almost like they portrayed almost like super hearing, with basically just with a sonic scream effect pretty much. But I just thought it was incredibly lazy that basically that Siren X is just a carbon copy of Earth 2 Black Siren, and they couldn't even bother to even modify the costume even a little bit or give her a different hairstyle or just something. I just think it was just really lazy, or like give her like one of those like armbands that have like the New Reichsman bolts on it, like do something, you know, at least like do something like that. At least like they did something that would like slightly modify the Reverse Flash costume for Eobard Thawne in the crossover. And I feel is like they could have at least if they could very least have done that. Like why couldn't they do that for the Black Siren costume if Katie Cassidy was going to wear the same outfit playing a different character? But yeah, it just felt like you could have put like any other, you know, it could have been like any other villain there if it was just going to be like the same thing. And it also creates this plot hole for Arrow, which I'm sure they're never going to address, which is the fact that Earth 2 Black Siren is now posing as Earth 1 Laurel, alive and well, and trying to maintain her good reputation. So the fact that Earth X Siren is trying to blow up a police station in another city would naturally jeopardize her cover, but I'm sure they're just gonna sweep that under the rug. But anyway, guys, there's still like a and I actually like the Harry and Cisco stuff with Harry feeling like you know, his intelligence is the only thing he has to contribute to the team, and now he's losing that, so he feels worthless. And it's a storyline that hasn't gotten enough focus, is how Harry's just no longer feeling like he's like the smartest person in the room, and and there's someone out there smarter than him, and not knowing how to deal with, you know, how much he values his intelligence, and what is he with, you know, what kind of man is he without it. And, you know, Cisco trying to tell him that he's still, you know, that he's still a good, I mean, of course we know he's surly, but still a good person. And, you know, Jesse, and the way Jesse turned out to be this like super intelligent superhero is a testament to that. But I would say it's a decent episode, and again, I think it benefits from Ralph not having Ralph not being in the episode, so there's like not like any like lowbrow humor. There's some humor in it, but it doesn't feel forced, and you know, there's some, you know, pretty good drama. I mean, I just think that I don't know, I feel like the Black Siren thing. I feel like the Black Siren thing might have been kind of like undermined it more than anything, and at least there was some hope based on, you know, some DNA abnormality that Killer Frost can still come back. But it was just like, why take away her powers if you still had to use like some cold-based power and use like a second cold gun to stop Fallout in the first place? But that's my thoughts on the episode. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.